Welcome once again, bizarre creatures enthusiasts, as we embark on a meticulous, comprehensive biological investigation into the sophisticated energy efficiency mechanisms prevalent within the planet's most pressure-laden, specialized, and hostile ecosystems. The deep-sea Mesopelagic zone. Our subject today is the Viperfish, a stunning, small, abyssal predator whose very existence in the dense, high-pressure, lightless environment is predicated on extreme morphological specialization and bioluminescent camouflage. The Viperfish presents an unparalleled masterclass in adaptive gigantism of predation structures, employing massive, curved, interlocking teeth that are functionally too large to be contained within the closed confines of its own jaw structure. The foundational element of their survival strategy is the alarming morphology of the dentition, possessing mandibular fangs so long that they must curve over the fish's head, fitting into specialized recesses near its eyes and braincase. Chemically speaking, the teeth themselves are composed of highly specialized, near-transparent hydroxyapatite, enabling a lethal, decisive piercing grip, allowing the fish to swiftly impale and hold substantial, often struggling, deep-sea prey. At the critical level of hunting behavior, the Viperfish exerts its effect by employing a method of extreme, near-absolute stillness, the jaw-dropping technique, hyperextending its lower jaw to a nearly 90-degree angle before striking. This binding event is catastrophic for the prey, because the fish's massive, oversized teeth instantly descend with overwhelming, irreversible force, completely overriding the target's sophisticated escape mechanism that normally ensures precise regulation of predatory evasion. The resulting continuous, uncontrolled force of the strike, followed by the decisive severing action of the fangs, instantly and permanently immobilizes the prey, causing persistent and forced neurological transmission failure and rapid muscle contraction cessation. This overwhelming, highly focused mechanical trauma rapidly leads to severe central nervous system disruption, resulting in immediate systemic paralysis, followed inevitably by catastrophic, unsynchronized ingestion, which is often done slowly due to the tooth structure. The historical context of this morphology is critical. The Viperfish's evolutionary path was shaped by the perpetual scarcity of food in the deep sea, where the ability to capture any encounter, regardless of size, became the single most critical survival metric. Their method involves a deliberate, non-lethal, yet highly efficient probing of the abyss, allowing the precise collection of high-protein invertebrates, a perfect example of sustained ecological utility through morphological innovation. Their method involves a deliberate, non-lethal lure. The fish possesses a photophore, a light-emitting organ at the tip of a dorsal fin ray, which functions as a specialized fishing rod to attract unsuspecting prey through the darkness. The most profound biological enigma surrounds the fish's bioluminescence. Despite emitting light, it is not used for visibility, but rather for counter-illumination. Ventral photophores to perfectly match the faint, residual light from the surface, rendering it invisible from below. This specific adaptation within their epidermal layer essentially renders their entire visual system chemically resistant to chance, preventing the fatal energy expenditure that affects every other generalized omnivore. Crucially, the Viperfish does not engage in extensive swimming. It operates purely as an ecological anchor, systematically utilizing micro-reservoirs of energy to fuel the massive, metabolic demand of light production and specialized feeding. Focused ecological research has definitively linked the Viperfish's foraging success to the prevalence of specific prey aggregations, primarily small crustaceans and fish that undertake vertical migrations into the Mesopelagic zone at night. This highly specific trophic cascade implies that the ultimate energy precursors likely originate in the unique plant life of the upper ocean layers, are then ingested by the migrating animals, and finally concentrated by the viperfish a triple-layered ecological dependence. The viperfish has evolved specialized, densely packed, hair-like feathers distributed across the entire body, which function exclusively as secure, permanent insulation depots for heat and specialized protection against the nightly jungle elements. The viperfish has evolved specialized, densely packed photophores and pressure-resistant muscular hydrostats, which function exclusively as secure, permanent light-emitting depots and specialized protection against the massive hydrostatic pressure upon even minor mechanical stress or perceived threat. These animals instantaneously utilize their massive eyes and specialized jaw for balance and detection, creating a rapidly effective, ready-made sensory mantle that deters any potential intrusion attempt. This critical observation provides irrefutable evidence that the viperfish's powerful survival is an environmentally determined phenotype, inextricably linked to the unique, complex structural composition of the dense deep-sea habitat. The loss of its specialized deep-sea habitat and the introduction of mammalian predators presents a dire, dual existential threat. Not only is the fish losing its physical home, but it is simultaneously losing the entire biochemical supply chain, essential for its specialized feeding mechanism. The increasing threat of deep-sea trawling and human-induced chemical pollution presents a dire, dual existential threat. Not only is the fish losing its physical home, but it is simultaneously losing the entire biochemical supply chain essential for its specialized feeding mechanism. The incredible diversity across the Chauliodus genus shows 7 distinct species, each reflecting the precise, localized dietary specialization and habitat pressures of their particular abyssal and bathyal environment. Beyond the aggressive predation, the viperfish exhibits surprising degrees of obligate parental care, with the male vigilantly guarding the massive egg against desiccation and pathogenic fungal infection for weeks. The reproductive cycle of the viperfish remains largely elusive, but like many deep-sea dwellers, it is believed to engage in broadcast spawning, relying on sheer numbers to ensure offspring survival in the vast dark ocean. After the chick hatches, the dedicated father undertakes the arduous, dangerous task of constant protection, navigating the forest matrix to locate isolated, predator-free micro-reservoirs of high-quality food. The newly hatched larvae undergo a rapid transformation, migrating to shallower waters to feed before returning to the crushing depths, exhibiting an extraordinary level of direct provisioning from the nutrient-rich surface zone. This high investment in energy efficiency, contrasting with the animal's grotesque, intimidating presence, beautifully illustrates the profound and often paradoxical evolutionary pressures at play in complex, high-mortality environments. The specialized fangs and jaw mechanism itself remains a cornerstone in modern biomechanics, providing a perfectly calibrated, highly selective probe for studying the kinetics and structure of specialized sensory perception in human auditory systems. The specialized photophores and light-producing chemistry itself remains a cornerstone in modern biooptics, providing a perfectly calibrated, highly selective probe for studying the kinetics and structure of specialized visual perception in low-light environments. By meticulously studying the light patterns and chemical bioluminescence, scientists aim to design specific sensor systems or novel synthetic tools that could revolutionize the detection of subterranean resources and environmental toxins. By meticulously studying the viperfish's photophore chemistry, scientists aim to design specialized biological light sources or novel synthetic molecules that could revolutionize medical imaging and deep-sea exploration. The chemical arsenal of the viperfish's counter-illumination collectively represents a vastly unexplored behavioral reservoir, holding untapped potential for developing new classes of stealth technology and highly specific camouflage compounds. Their unparalleled combination of extreme bizarreness, profound specialization, and specialized ecological dependence solidifies their status as one of the most enigmatic and scientifically crucial organisms on Earth. This intense scientific breakdown should leave no doubt that the most bizarre, visually shocking inhabitants of our planet frequently wield the most powerful, meticulously engineered, and deeply mysterious biological secrets. Now, we turn the focus back to you, our dedicated audience. Following this deep exploration, which other creature possessing extreme, bizarre, or unique skeletal or behavioral properties should bizarre creatures investigate next? Please share your suggestions for future topics, along with any specific questions you have regarding the viperfish's tooth structure or its bioluminescent process in the comments section below. We value your critical engagement. If you found this granular, please take a moment to hit that like button to significantly support our specialized content production. Thank you for joining us for this highly detailed session of bizarre creatures. Stay intensely curious, and we will continue the relentless pursuit of the world's most shocking biological truths together.